Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing out there today? It's been a while since I have checked in, but I am back. Okay. This message is going to be a reminder to you all to get outdoors. Okay. I have a testimony. Okay. For maybe this probably started like around 2017. Around 2017, I began to notice that my body requires so much more oxygen and so much more air. No matter how healthy I ate, you know, it didn't matter. I still was living a life mostly spent indoors. Okay. So I noticed that I struggled with getting out of bed, like the alarm go off, but I'm not ready to get up. It take me some time to get up and get moving and get functioning. Okay. No matter how healthy I was eating. Okay. So it was a thought in the back of my mind over the years, like, I'm starting to feel like I need to be living outdoors. Okay. Especially since I have been introduced to the lifestyle of people who live outdoors, people who live in tents, or people who have homes but also sleep outside in their backyards in their tents. So it was like a thing. It was in my consciousness, and I started to believe like maybe that is what's going on with me. My body isn't getting enough oxygen because I didn't have that pep in my step anymore, So fast forward 7 years later. It took me 7 years. Okay. And I decide that I'm going to take the journey back to nature. Okay. And see if what I've been thinking all these years is actually correct. Okay. So 2024, I embarked on a journey to leave my home and to live outdoors. Okay. And I must say, I have absolutely no problems in the day during the day hours to just get up and get started in my day. I wake up energized. Okay. And one of the reasons that I do believe that is so is not only because I'm surrounded in nature, right, but also because I'm getting that first light. I don't remember where I picked this knowledge up from. Might have been maybe one of the yogis or something, and they mentioned about being able to get outside and getting that first light when the sun first rises and when it hits you. Okay. I am here to tell you that first light truly is powerful. Okay. For getting this body functioning. Okay. Because remember, the internal system of our body is very much connected to the movement of the sun. Okay. That's why, we can rise when the sun is rising. And that's only if now you're actually getting sunlight into your bedroom. If you're indoors, right? You wouldn't have to wake up with an alarm clock. You would naturally wake up, because the sun has risen. It has shined its light on you. So you would naturally wake up. But if you're indoors and you have those blackout curtains and all of that stuff, you ain't getting up, until your body feels like it has fully recovered, and is ready to get up. But when you're outdoors and you're in that element, when that light hits you, you was getting up and starting your day. I don't care if I went to bed at 4 a.m. If I went to bed at 4 or say 3, and say I only got 3 hours of sleep, I will wake up feeling refreshed and energized and ready to start my day. The only time, like when I do like short hours of sleep like that and I wake up and I feel fatigue, is only after if I decide to put something in my mouth and decide to eat. Okay. Then my energy will be drained and be taken from me. And that's if I eat some junk too, by the way, because I tried it out the other day. After getting a small amount of sleep, I went and got some greens instead. And sure enough, I was still able to go on with my day. I didn't feel that decrease in energy because I ate something from nature, opposed to eating something void of nature. Okay, that's really processed, and it just, pretty much just zaps my energy. Okay, so first light of the day is very important. Another testimony is that about this first light is, okay, so in 2024, I would do off and on, outdoors and in hotels, right? So I remember I might have pulled an all-nighter, okay, and I was ready to go to sleep, but I said, let me test it out. I'm a scientist. I'm always experimenting. So the first light, sure enough, it hits, okay? I go outside. First, I look out the window and it hits me. And I feel it. I said, oh shit, I'm not tired no more. I go outside and I begin to interact in it. Sure enough, I was revived, okay? And feeling amazing and ready to go continue my day, okay? So for anyone, this is more of a health message. So anyone have family members who are sick, you know what I mean? And I mean really sick. This is the power of nature. What I'm realizing is I used to hear people in the spiritual community say there's free energy all around you, right? But they never really go into details. They just say stuff like that and don't tell you what it means. You know what I mean? But what it is that outdoors, that's where all the life affirming energy is. That is where the energy of creation is outdoors. Okay? So if you have family members, they could be really sick. You need to make sure that they're getting outside every day. Even if you just put them in a rocking chair and put them on that porch, they need to be outdoors, okay? It will do great wonders for them, great wonders for, their bodies, removing whatever disease from the body. The sun is very powerful, as a fire element. It can, if you get enough sun therapy, right? Like I said, you get your family members outdoors and they're constantly getting that direct sunlight. It could burn up the disease that's going on in the body. Whatever bad karma is on the body, whatever dis-ease has entered the temple, that sun can burn all of that off. This is the power of being outdoors, okay? I'm bringing this message forward because I see that a lot of our people here in America, I can only speak for us here in America, because that's the culture in America. It's, work, the gym, home, and you go out maybe on the weekends. But for the most part, you're always indoors. You're eating indoors. You're eating indoors. You're sleeping indoors. You're working indoors, right? So you never really spend that much time outside. When you come home, you're probably going inside and, scrolling on your phone or going to watch some television, doing something to relax yourself, right? Drinking a beer. But what I do notice is that as I travel the country, right? Particularly in these high vibrational points in our country where the sun is and, where things grow. California in the West and over in Florida, right? The others, right, the white race, they're outside. They are healthy. They are living very long lives, okay? They are on their bikes. They are walking. They're at the beach, okay? And they in their 80s and their 90s. They is out every day and they is active. They are living. When I go to these beach towns, right, our people could live around them, but they don't even go to the beach. They're not even outside in all of this beautifulness. And that might be by design, because I do know some places are stricter than others, where I grew up in New York, we was outside all day, whether it was winter, summer, spring, we had the freedom to be outdoors without really being harassed. Like the cops was obviously out there. You get harassed, but you can get harassed. But for the most part, if you wasn't into nothing that the police was looking for, then you could be outside all day. You can go chill on the block. You can go outside with your crate. We would have our tables and our chairs, at the corner playing card games and stuff like that. Like you could literally be outside, not just at your home, but actually on the streets, okay? In front of the stores, the corner stores. Like we can just hang out and congregate there. So we have a culture of being outside. But some places I've been to, like people don't come outside. Black folks don't come outside. White folks don't come outside. Like, what the hell is people doing? I'd be like, where people at? So I say that to say, especially for our people, these are the things that I'm going to be bringing forth on this channel is remedies for us, for our survival into, the future. Because we are clearly dying off at a higher rate. You know what I mean? Dying young, dying to disease. You know what I mean? When we don't have to go so early, okay? We can truly stay around and be around and create a dynasty, because that's where things are going to change for us as well. The ability to have longevity and the ability to create children, right? Grandchildren, right? Because we are stronger in numbers, right? People or our descendants are our true wealth, right? So our ability to live long, pass on the wisdom and knowledge to the youth, as well as be monarchs or patriarchs of the family, all of that stuff matters in our longevity, okay, and in our survival here in North America, okay? So I'm going to be bringing forth this knowledge, and I don't want you guys to take this lightly. This is the knowledge and wisdom needed for us to continue, for us to be immortal here in the North Americas, okay? So bring grandpa and grandma outside. If you got grandma and grandpa, bring mama and papa outside. Bring auntie and uncle outside, okay? Tell them we going on a walk today, okay? Get off the phones, get off the TVs. We going for a walk. We going down to the trails, okay? Again, I be on these trails, doing these walking trails. It's like maybe a handful of us, and the rest is the others, you know? Where are we at? We are indoors. We need to be outdoors, and we are eating processed junk food, right? But I'm here to tell you, okay, you can alleviate a lot of that, like offset that processed food, because obviously we're in the modern world, so you can't really escape it. You know what I mean? Unless you're super disciplined and your lifestyle allows you. You don't got kids, you know, and you could really set your life up to where you can really be disciplined and strict. But for the most of us, you know, we dibble and dabble. You know what I mean? So a way to offset eating that processed stuff is just to get out there in nature, because just like you can consume goodness, right? Everybody's talking about this food revolution and eating healthier to be healthier, but just literally being out in the element, being in nature. You don't have to just always put it in your body, but just sitting in it does great wonders as well. It's very healing, okay? So go to those trails. If you live by water, get down to the water, okay? Get down to that salt water, touch it, put your feet in it, swim in it, right? It's a purifier. Okay, good for cleansing diseases as well, good for mental health, is good for everything, so that you can live a harmonious existence, so that we can have longevity, we can continue on, our DNA can continue, okay? Because we already know what we up against, okay? We know what we up against, the existential destruction of us. You know, somebody's trying to exterminate us and exterminate our DNA from the planet. So we must govern ourselves, and we must take advantage of the wisdom that is now being restored and being brought back to the forefront. We are coming back with our sacred, ancient wisdom on how to live, okay? So you got to get rid of all that textbook stuff that you done learned. You know, all that stuff you done learned about going to the hospital, giving birth in the hospital, going to the doctor when you're sick, you needing health care. You don't need none of that. I'm here to tell you, your health care is right outdoors, okay? Right outdoors. I am a testimony. I was feeling bad. I could barely get out of freaking bed. It was a struggle, you know? Then I was like, I'm going to go eat something healthy and, you know, maybe give me a little punch. No, I needed to get outside. When I got outside and got out that door, instantly I was revived. That's the power of outdoors. So some of you who may be having some kind of illness, you may need to take that journey back to nature. Now, if you say, hey, I ain't about that life, I ain't really about sleeping in no tent outside, I ain't doing all of that, okay? Then at least get outdoors a couple of hours, you know, especially if you're sick and you got some kind of disease. Get out there so all that disease could be burnt away. It could be washed away. You know what I mean? It can be blown away. Let the air come and cleanse you. You know, this is the power of the elements for everyday living. Okay. So yes. Just a quick reminder. Get outdoors, get off those phones, get the kids out, get the whole family, and every day get out there, okay? Get out there. I haven't been to a doctor or a hospital in, Lord knows how long. Definitely not in the last 8 years, but before that, never so much either. But when I really started tapping into this ancient wisdom and knowledge, I was just tapping into it, but still very much stuck into the old program. But I still had a little knowledge that was still keeping me afloat to where my body was regenerative. It had the ability to heal itself when I got out of the way, when I didn't go to that doctor and go take its drugs. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to give y'all a little story too. Now, I had moved to this new city like about a couple years ago, right? Maybe 8-9 years ago, I moved to the city, and I was into this whole law of attraction thing, and I was, big on the law of attraction during that time. So I was very big in just manifesting money, just watching money come out of thin air. Like, I was a magician, y'all. I love that. I was in love with magic, and the magic of taking nothing and making something. So I would just allow things to come my way to provide income from me, right? This is when I said I'm leaving the world behind on one level. So I wasn't working a 9 to 5 or clocking in or anything there. I was literally living supernaturally and literally living off of magic money, okay? What do I mean by magic money? Okay, so this is connected to this nature thing. Now, I moved to this new city. I met this guy, and, he tells me how I can go get some money. He said, you're going to go to the doctor, and, you're going to go get these pills, these Percocets, okay? So I'm like, okay, cool, and I got approved to get the pills, and that was a form of income for me. You understand? I was able to get money from the pills, okay? And do you know, you have to at least have some of the pill in your system, because then these doctors, they like to test you to make sure you're using them and you're not selling them, right? So before you go back to your next doctor's visit, the game was you would take another pill, okay? So you would take a pill so it show up in your system so you can keep getting your pill supply. So I took the pill the first time, and do you know, when I went to that doctor, I was healthy. Wasn't nothing wrong with me, because when you go, they do initial running on you, your vitals and all that. I was fine. Do you know, the very instant that I put that Percocet in my body, I got high blood pressure immediately, okay? Immediately, okay? We cannot trust what they are giving at these doctors. If these people didn't care about you in slavery, what makes you think these people all of a sudden love you and care about you now, and they just want to give you health care and they just want you to go to the doctor? Oh, we're giving out free Medicaid. We're giving out free, free Medicaid and free Medicare. No. All of a sudden they care about you? No, honey. You're going in there, and again, remember, this is the annihilation of your DNA. So you're going in there and they're giving you stuff to weaken the temple. Remember, this body, when it came into this world, it was whole, it was divine, okay? It has the power, again, to regenerate itself. That's what nature is for. Nature is all around you to regenerate you, okay? So when you go outside of that formula, okay, and you go into their institutions, they are giving you stuff to block the natural healing from coming online, okay? And then giving you stuff to weaken your DNA and to weaken your cells. So now you're in a cycle of constantly coming back to them. Now, do these doctors know these things? No, I think a lot of doctors, they just go to school, they learn textbook stuff, and they're not aware. I think eventually down the line, they get aware, they might get greedy, because, they have contracts with these pharmaceutical companies that tell them, hey, push these drugs onto your clients and I'll cut you a check. So it can become greedy. And I think around that time, they start to maybe awaken a bit and know that stuff is a little messy. You know what I mean? And it's corrupt and it's not honest, right? But I think initially a lot of these doctors, they have no idea that the stuff they're pushing on their clients is actually stuff that's ultimately destroying the body and the temple, okay? So I tell you guys that story to tell you that, again, stay out of the doctor's office and go back into nature. It's replenishing. Okay? It's very replenishing and very regenerative. Again, just sitting in it. Again, just touching it. Touch the water, touch the ocean, touch the river, touch the ground. Just sit in it. Plant your feet in it. Okay? Breathe in it. Take deep breaths in it every day. Breathe in that air, that clean air. Okay? You know, breathing in oxygen, right? To bring life to the temple, and asking for the air now to blow out and take out all of the toxins from your body. All of the bad health be removed from my body just by the mere air, the mere wind, okay? The element, okay? Very powerful, and it does work. Again, y'all, I haven't been to a doctor or a hospital since probably a teenager, and I'm damn near 40 years old. And back then, you know, I didn't really go then either. But it was a time, though, you know, when I used to get the annual cold or flu, but I ain't had that in buku years, okay? I don't have that problem getting sick again and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because number one, I understand tea season, you know, not tea season, during flu season, I know that I'm being extra precautious when I go into these stores, especially these CVS and these Walgreens, or just anywhere. I am using paper towel to touch doors, okay? I am being very cautious with what I touch, and I'm cleansing my hands afterwards with water or sanitizer, right? And I'm also taking my teas, taking my leaves, right? Leaves come from nature. I consume them. They replenish me. They protect me. Okay? So you have to get to that point out here, because the germ warfare is heavy. So always make sure, if you can, when you're going in and out of these doors, you know, use a paper towel, use gloves, or whatever it is that you can do to protect your hands. And the teas are ultimately going to be protecting you from getting any form of respiratory allergens or respiratory viruses that may be in the air. Okay? So I believe that's all. I believe I've been a little long-winded, but yes, go back to nature. That is our ancient wisdom. That is our ancient healing modality, not these hospitals. Nature has all the answers. From those who are looking just for preventative health, those of you who are healthy and you just want to be preventative, this is the remedy. For those of you who are mildly sick, you have things going on in your body, you're taking pills for certain things, you want to throw away those pills, because we know those pills onset all type of other stuff. What you're going to do is you're going to follow this regimen. For those of you who are very ill, this is for you as well. I don't care if they told you got cancer. Don't you go there and don't you let them burn you up with that chemotherapy. You see people, they tell people they got cancer all the damn time, and they start burning them cells up. And from what I hear, they burn all your cells up. So they burn the bad and the good up, right? But what I'm saying to you is, if you're very ill, if they told you got cancer, if they told you got HIV, whatever they tell you that you have, there ain't nothing out here that nature can't cure and can't solve. You need to know that. You need to understand that. Okay? Don't let them scare you into going to burn your body up. Because like I said, everybody that I know that had cancer and that got burnt up, you know, some, obviously they're survivors of it, but a lot of them, they go for this therapy and they still pass on. Okay? So nature is the answer for all ailments, no matter what degree of sickness. Even if you got stage 4 cancer, okay? Go out to nature. Nature got the answers. Leave the doctors behind. Go into this free energy, this free health care, this universal free health care, okay, that costs you nothing. Go tap in. Until next time, peace.